Hi, everyone. I'm Veronica Bartolini with Codebreaker Real Talk, and I'm very, very excited today because I finally have Marcel with us from Alemania, Germany. Go ahead, Marcel. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. I'm going to read a little bit of your bio that you sent me, okay?
If you wanna.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yes. Okay. Born October 8th, 1968 in Mannheim, Germany. Went to school 1975 to 85. Learned heater and air conditioning from there. Sports, soccer. I love soccer. Handball, captain, 1982 to 86. And baseball, you have coach softball, slow pitch team. You have a lot of things that you did. Written more than 1,100 electronic sounds. That is awesome. Do you do techno? Because that's like my favorite. My favorite. Other than rock. But anyway, started with reading Erich von Däniken in the early 80s. Since then, hardcore hobby. Historian, rewriting history. I see you a lot on Facebook, and thank you for also writing things down on my videos and stuff. I really appreciate you, Marcel. Joined 2012 and founder of the groups UFO UNI, Universität, The Real History of Human, The Global Search of Underground, Underwater, Alien Bases on Earth, Indigo Kinder. A friend gave his group Psy Science Ufos Spiritual, and let me see if I say it right. Grenzwissenschaften, also running.
That's border sciences.
Oh, nice. Participated in dozens of videos, group conferences with researchers of all kinds of subjects from around this planet. Nominated for a prize together with Donald Trump, Alex Jones, Jim Humble, and many others in 2017. So Marcel, Jean-Claude, tell me, how was it that you got nominated for what with Donald Trump, Alex Jones, and Jim Hummel? Your turn.
Actually, the prize was to ridicule us all. The prize is called Die Goldene Lockere Schraube. That means in English that there is a screw not fixed right in your head. Yeah. So
then join our club of the misfits then.
So I won't say that there were many people nominated for good reasons for this prize, yeah. But they put all these other guys in. Yeah, as you know, my subject is ufology, and that's what the prize was nominated in the beginning of 2017. Yeah, that was the year where ufology still wasn't mainstream. At the end of 2017, the US Navy came up with their videos, yeah, and with this TikTok stuff, and came forward. So we didn't have a year after my nomination, all this stuff went mainstream. So there is not something wrong with my head or with my brain. I was always on the right path, but these guys who nominated me, they thought it is all rubbish. Yeah. But as I said, half a year later, it turned out that it wasn't.
Yes. When I speak of those things, and AI to my family too, they would say, "Oh, I don't know about that," or "Maybe you're a little crazy," and I would say, "No, I'm not." But you can't argue with them, Marcel. We just gotta keep going and going with our intuition. Were you born with these abilities of intuition and just the knowing? Just knowing is an ability, a gift. Were you born, how they say, second question, were you born, how they say, awaken, or did you go through a life journey that just made you become aware of these things, or ever since little? Go ahead.
I always say the truth always wins sooner or later. Yeah. So I always knew that I was right. Yeah. Okay. For others, my knowledge was a bit ahead of what they knew. Yeah. because I'm studying this stuff for over 40 years now. Yeah. And if you have never read anything about it or had any deeper look, yeah, this is all this could all appear maybe as rubbish to you, but it is not. Yeah. And look at where we are now. It's there's more and more coming out, yeah, with all these whistleblowers from high-ranking whistleblowers that we have now, yeah, who were personally involved in these programs, yeah. And this is not that what this Mr. Grosh is now telling was telling us is nothing new. Yeah, the first citizen hearing on disclosure was in 2001 in a press club in New York. Yeah, from Dr. Greer, and there were already high-ranking military guys and pilots and other people who told us the same things that this Mr. Grosh is now coming up with. You know. And the second citizen hearing on disclosure was in 2013 or 14. Yeah. So everything that this Mr. Grosh told us is nothing new. It's damn old. Excuse me.
Yes. I have a dear friend who her father was with Secret Service, and he was in the Navy, and he saw many things. He was able to go through different portals and different times and bring back, relics. And I've had a few occasions, that's for the Manhattan Project that we're talking about, but he trained his daughter at a very young age, these secrets. And she told me her mom is very, very smart too in physics and everything. You would not think of it, no, but they were a very close family where the father would teach their children about time travel and things like that. I know for a fact that we can bring things from another place and time. I have several coins, one of them that I've brought back. And what it is sometimes you can tell a person, and maybe you don't even know them, and say, hey, on this date, you will return to me what I gave you in another dimension or past life. One of them, I've showed it several times. I'll show it later, but it's a skull, right, on one side, and it has the Stargate codes to open up the Stargates, many. And then on the back side, it looks like a Mars, like a planetary corporation in the back, a map. So you never know. Have you had instances where you have maybe met yourself in another dimension or brought back relics from other places, or anything you want to say about that?
There are two sisters in Czechoslovakia, yeah, and it looks like there's some kind of a portal in a restaurant, yeah. Every time they join the lights, one of these two sisters is a medium, yeah, and they already wrote a book a couple of years ago. They are in the subject for 30 years now, and one of these two sisters is a medium, yeah. And every time they join this restaurant, the lights are starting flickering, yeah. There are coins falling from the ceiling, not only coins, but lots of other stuff, yeah. And this is now ongoing for a few years. It's a Czech restaurant in the city of Telk in I don't know. The country is now divided in Slovakia and Czechia. Yeah, I guess it's Czechia in Czechia, and yeah, she made lots of videos about what's falling from the ceiling. Not only falling from the ceiling, some of the coins came right out of pictures hanging on the wall. Yeah, I mean, I can send you this video so you can have a look at this stuff on your own. And one of these sisters, she's sending me an update every Sunday. Yeah. What's the news about this? What's going on in this restaurant or in front of this restaurant? And it's very, very interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yes. There is a thank you, Marcel. Yes, and I will also share it with the public. And I will also share some things that you want me to share from Telegram, or we're there. You pretty much share every day, so I appreciate. They just have to do the translation. It's funny how you say about coins, because my father would find money all the time on the floor, and I do too. Like, it could be 10 cents, it could be $100, it could be $20, it could be 5 cents, the coins all the time. And ever since he left Earth, and my grandmother left Earth, which is funny because when I was little, he would say, "Oh no, I don't even have 5 cents to give you," sometimes when I wanted a toy. And so now when I find 5 cents, 10 cents, it's either it's either my father or my grandmother. And I have had dreams that several money comes, and I'm helping these children pick it up. And it's just weird. Yesterday, for example, I went to Scottsdale, Arizona for oncologists there that I had to go see. And my sister and my nephew, we went to a restaurant that I had never been. But when we were coming home back to Tucson, Arizona, there was a place that had lines and a number. I don't remember the number or the word. It was really fast, Marcel, but I told my sister, I said, I've been in this building before. In part of my dream about 2017, I said, I've been here. It was quick second. And of course, she's like, "Oh, okay." She knows that I talk a lot about that stuff, but she's, "Oh, okay." Kind of blowing me off, but I love her. And but I love that I can talk to people like you, Marcel, because you bring a lot to the table and you have a lot of wisdom. Have you been on any shows with super soldiers, or with here in the United States on YouTube? You have your YouTube, no?
I was the first one who translated former members of the secret space program from English into German language.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Congratulations.
It's been Penny Bradley and William Wycrow. That was back in 2017, 16 or 17, I guess. So
Yeah.
that's also a couple of years ago now. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. Anything else you would like to talk about that
I
you've
can
had?
send you the link to these interviews to still exist, and I can send you the links later to this interview I did with Penny and with William. Sadly, William died about 6 weeks after our interview.
Oh no,
Yeah.
why do you think?
And that's the reason why I stopped all this stuff, because I really was I was really sad about it, and that it happened that short time after we did this interview. Yeah, I mean, he was speaking on. He had his own radio show in I guess in California. Yeah, and he wrote
William, what was his last name?
William Wycrow.
Oh wow.
He was the trainer of Andrew Di Passaggio. Probably you know him. Yeah, Andrew. So, and he had his own radio show. He wrote a few books about what he's done, and he's been to Mars several times. Yeah, as I said, he was the trainer of Andrew Di Passaggio. And
I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
and I was really shocked. Yeah, because I did not know of any health problems that he had. Yeah. And then a few weeks after the interview, I've heard that he's passed. And I was
Was
really
he,
shocked.
I'm so sorry. Was he like also a targeted individual? Because a lot of us that speak on these truths, we are, targeted and unfortunately sometimes followed and threatened to stop talking.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. Now it's not that bad anymore, but in former times, yeah, when we remember maybe Phil Schneider, Dr. Carla Turner, yeah, and
Yeah.
many others, yeah, Max Beers and so on.
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I was telling my mother about what happened to Max Beers when we were eating, she turned white because she's totally aware of what I'm doing. Yeah.
My mother too, I told her finally, and she says, well, is there any way you can stop talking? And I said, well, why? It doesn't, people need to know. But I had a DARPA agent tell me, Veronica, the public thinks you've gone rogue, right? They won't believe you anyway. And I said, well, I don't care if they believe me or not. I'm going to keep going and bringing more speakers, like yourself. And I have not seen the interviews that you did with these people, unfortunately. So the first time being on my show, I wouldn't mind you talking about what you would like to perhaps talk about. And it could be anything from the past, any of your experiences, anything new that you would like to share, any dreams, any kind of weird things that you have lived through. I mean, you have been doing this for a long time, and I appreciate you doing that. 40 years is a long time. I have a friend in South Africa who's also been awake for a long time, and he's gone through stuff too. But we all somehow find one another as star seeds, we find our star families, and hopefully we'll get together. Are you going to come to any of the programs? You said you might come to a conference this year in 2024 for Colorado or something.
Yes. One of my friends wants to do a conference in Colorado in June next year. Yeah. And she asked me if I want to come and speak at her conference. Yeah. And I was it's the second conference I'm invited to speak. The first one was the Human Origins Conference in the Marriott Pyramid Hotel in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 2021. Yeah. But as we've been in this crisis, yeah, in 2021, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So yeah, I'm a bit afraid of flying to the United States, as you probably can imagine, because
I don't blame you.
because I always say Snowden, Assange, Seifert, etc. Yeah, when I'm making one step in the United States, the handcuffs will start clicking.
I hope not myself.
Maybe, yeah.
They would have to prove something.
Because the CIA is spending billions and billions of dollars every year to keeping all this stuff secret. Yeah, and here comes the Seifert from Germany and presenting all this stuff to the public.
Like yeah, Tom Althouse and I and Chad Cooper, we were talking a few weeks ago and last week too, where he says, who do you think is the real deal, Assange or Snowden? And we were talking about paid people for opposition, and he says, yeah, Snowden is pretty much, we concurred that the real deal, I say, is Assange. I know Snowden gave some, because remember they always have to give something that is the truth mixed with garbage, right? And very interesting how Assange is still not, right, here in the US. Okay. Also, David Icke, he was a few years ago as well. He was supposed to give a show, and
he's not allowed to speak in the United
right.
States.
And
he's also not allowed to speak in Australia, but I did.
Oh wow. What did you talk about in Australia? I want to hear. Tell me all the information you want to give the public.
I did a show with one of my friends, Robert Mason. Yeah. he's the founder of this Mind Masters and Star Whispers group in Australia, and he's an experiencer, and he also wrote a book, The Higher Course. Yeah. And he said that he's not uploading this video on YouTube, so I thought I can talk about things that I could not talk on YouTube. Yeah. And I was telling lots of facts about this crisis that we've been into the last 3 years. Yeah. And what has he done? He's loaded up the video on YouTube. So 24 hours later, it was gone.
Yeah, you
and
can say what
then he came
wants.
up, and then he came up with a version where he cut about 50% out, yeah, of this interview. And some of the words that are still there that I said, he used these peeps, yeah, beep 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 beep, and I'm telling when I told too much truth, there's a beep coming up, beep 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 beep. So some sentences you can hear me talking, and there's a beep, beep 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 beep.
Yeah,
But I can also, I already shared this this video to your Telegram group, but I can send this to you again, yeah. And everything I said about this crisis in 2022, now it turned out that I was totally correct, yeah. And probably I could talk about now at this stuff on YouTube without getting a strike, yeah. But back then in 2021, there were different conditions.
oh yeah, they took
So
down.
yeah,
Yeah.
now I can publish this thing on things on Facebook that I couldn't publish 2 years ago. Yeah.
Right.
And as you see on Twitter, probably it's also the things have changed, yeah, and this is also on YouTube, yeah. Things that would have been deleted 2 years ago on YouTube, you can now talk about.
Right.
without being deleted, without getting a strike.
Right. I was given a strike for putting a live show about the what I call baby Jabberwocky pandemic, and they took down my video. They took down another video because I said the C word, the CV. And so I say either what is going on right now or the baby Jabberwocky. And I got that just from Alice in Wonderland. Somehow it came. I know that I posted things on Instagram. For example, I do have Rumble. If they take this video down here on YouTube, I'll upload it on Rumble. So there,
I've said nothing wrong until now. I know what I can talk about and what I can't.
right.
Okay,
no,
go ahead.
Right, but what I wanted to talk about is I've told my family and friends and on Instagram, I say, look, this thing that you receive, right, with the black thing that it has in there, the GO, you know, because they say, oh, YouTube says, oh, you're not a medical professional, you can't say those words, and how do you know? Well, I just know. So when the people got the thing or things, it's creating a portal for them to pretty much give you the, we'll say, electrode for your brain to be taken over, right? It's like a tunnel where they can, we'll say the word inject, and then it's like a MAC address, and that way people could be remote controlled. So this is what they want. They want transhumanism. They want new, what I call new super soldiers or new beings to be able to either withstand the cold, because supposedly they're going to get rid of the sun, or something's going to happen to where the earth is going to go cold. That's why these memes, winter's coming, winter's coming. The other thing is the asteroid or planet that's coming, Nibiru or Doom World, right? I say Wormwood, and to supposedly destroy Earth in less than 200 years. So they're trying to create new human cyborg to either go through the certain portal and live there or live here with the cult. There's a lot of things they want a new human. Pretty much want to get rid of a human. Being transhuman. The agendas are parallel. For example, in the movies in Hollywood, it's yellow. They always bring up the color yellow because they want it to be gender neutral. The transgender agenda, okay, what we labeled, one of my friends labeled gender chaos. It's all part of this transition that they want humans to do. So this is what I talk about on my channel. You could talk about it as well, or you can talk about whatever you want. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you see that too, right? And as also talking about UFOs, UAPs, because they changed the word to UAP instead of, underwater. It's the same thing. It's military, right? The TR-3Bs, I see them here. The Manta B-22, I see them here in Arizona. We have bases here, Davis Mountain Air Force Base. I see them at night. You can see them clearly, at night. And they are always accompanied by helicopters or choppers.
It's not aliens.
It's not aliens. No. And a lot of people are stuck with the alien agenda. Why? Because the fake alien agenda is coming. They can't control the masses with the baby Jabberwockies or, the GO, right? And then, of course, Carrie Cassidy was saying, well, a lot of people got the test right here in the nose. And she says, some broke through the membrane. I said, no, I didn't take the jab. And I did have 2 surgeries on my back where they did swab the nose, but it doesn't go, like a lot of people were saying that they would go and poke their nose in the 2020s. How could they do that? They wanted to poke the nose, to poke the membrane, to inject or make a portal for we'll just say it, the graphene oxide.
I never made a test until now, but go ahead.
Yeah, so they had to swab the nose to get my back surgeries, both with the titanium in there. But I did a lot of detox. I didn't get the jab. I don't want the jab. I told my family ever since the beginning, I said, don't force me because I won't do it. You can disown me as a family member, but I won't do it. So I have noticed in some people that after they did get it, they became more mad, like upset, angry. Now, going back with the UFO thing, some of those are also CIA. They're puppets. Tom DeLonge, the other guy, Luis Elizondo, they say, oh yeah, I was with the agency, but now I'm not. Well, he's still getting paid by the other black ops. It's just a different way, another department that they can use under the umbrella corps. So did you want to take a break or you're good?
No, I'm fine. I'm just rolling a cigarette. Smoking is not forbidden. Smoking is not forbidden on YouTube.
Oh no, you can smoke.
It's just a normal cigarette.
Yeah, this time, just kidding. Yeah, normal cigarettes are fine on my show. I've smoked before.
I'm going to smoke my painkillers after the video. Because now it's legal. Because now it's legal here as medicine. Yeah. Also since 2017, and as I'm a pain patient since 2008. I'm happy that this happened. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I'm glad you do.
I quit taking any pills in 2011. That's now 12 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
painkillers.
since 2007, 17, cannabis is legal for medical use again. Yeah, very good.
Was was it because of the sports or because were
Yes.
you
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, I've got problems with my spine since I was a young kid. I've got scoliosis. Yeah, that's a common thing, and because you know that I'm also a giant. Yeah, 6'8", and I was growing very fast. Yeah, at the age of 15, I reached 6'7", I guess.
I love that. 6'8".
And look at all these other giant guys on this planet. They almost everyone has problems with the bones or joints. Yeah, and there's some other things also came up afterwards. I've got I don't know what this is in English. There's something the joint, my left joint in the shoulder produces this bone material. Yeah. Even if it shouldn't, then I had 2 surgeries until now on my left shoulder. Yeah, and
I can relate. I grow extra bone myself, and I have had 2 shoulder surgeries because I grow extra bone. Now, this was 10 years ago. They start hurting again now. And this extra bone here, and this is gonna be another surgery to take another bone out. It's crazy. I know your pain, but you're very, very tall. I'm only 5'7.5", but you're 6'8". How does it feel? Do you have to have a modified home, or how was it growing up? You know, I bet you it was great with sports, right?
Do you want me to stand up and see how close that my head is to the ceiling?
Yes, please. And then stand next to a chair so the public could see.
Wait a second.
Oh my
Can
goodness.
you see that? There's only one hand in between me and the ceiling. Yeah, that's how.
How tall is your ceiling? You're very tall, Marcel. Do you have children that are tall?
So, could you see that there's only a hand width between my head and the ceiling?
Yeah.
So
how tall
when I stretch my arms, it's not even in the picture anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. Wow. Did you have kids like that are tall too?
No.
Was your mom or dad tall too?
Oh, my father is, I don't know, it's 1.80 m. It's about 6'2" or
Yeah.
no, my mother is a very tiny person. She's 1.57 m. I shared this picture from me and my mother to your Telegram groups, I guess twice.
Yeah.
When you can see me standing next to my mother, and she's maybe somewhere here with her head.
I saw that picture. Yeah. I'll post it on the YouTube as well. But
in my previous interviews, I shared a report about a UFO sighting above my hometown, Mannheim, in the year that when I was born. So the sighting was in 1967. Yeah.
So that's when you came in, huh?
I don't know if this had some kind of influence on my existence here.
I wonder if they brought you in the UFO down to Earth. Because no, seriously, there's some UFOs, you know, ships that have us as, you know,
Yeah,
humans as embryos and
my mother, my sister is 8 years older than me, yeah, and my parents wanted to have a second kid after my sister, and they tried and they tried and they tried, and nothing happened, and they didn't count on anything anymore, yeah. So 8 years after, I came up all of a sudden, yeah.
wow.
1 year after this UFO sighting over my hometown, Mannheim.
Yeah, I think you are what they call a lab, how do you say, a lab created you know, modified human, a hybrid. I know we are, some of us are hybrids, and it's real.
Yes, there are many hybrids here on Earth. And
What are your
actually,
bloodlines?
what I believe that we are all hybrids in somehow. Yeah, and I always repeat what probably you know the anthropologist Lloyd Pye. Yeah, he once said what in his lectures. We are all hybrids. Even an idiot can see that. The lecture is called "Everything You Know Is Wrong." It's still on YouTube if you want to watch it.
Yes, thank you.
So I'm totally with him. Yeah. Even Charles Darwin did not say that we developed from apes. He said that the apes are our closest relatives. Yeah, and that is true. Yeah.
I am also reading this book, The Gene, and we have thousands and thousands of chromosomes where, you know, some person can right away have twins where in their line, their lineage, they haven't had twins. That's because there's thousands of chromosomes that can hook up. It's called PAJAMA, pajama. It's the letters of the scientists that came together with looking and splicing the DNA in the 70s, late 70s, and the bloodlines, how it is that, you know, obviously how, you know, some of us are lighter than others, you know, in our family. The bloodlines, you know, I have the German bloodline, we were talking about that, French, all that. Are you on your mom's side, what was her bloodline, and your dad's side? It's all German, or yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Okay. There is no original bloodline or genetics anymore. Yeah. We are all mixed, even if you believe that you're Italian or there was a good video about a group of students on a university in Great Britain. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah. And they checked them for their DNA. Yeah. And they were from all kinds of different countries. Yeah. And there was a guy from England. Yeah. And they told him, yeah, your DNA is 40% German, 20% English, 30% Greek, and so on. And that's been the same to all the other students, no matter where they came from. Yeah, none of them had only the DNA or the genetics from the country. Yeah, they were all mixed. Yeah, and that's what we all are. Yeah. There is no original just German DNA anymore, or Italian or Spanish. Yeah, it's all mixed throughout the last thousands of years. Yeah.
yeah. I remember when I was a child, my mom would say that, oh, so and so is getting married, but they need to go do a test for their blood because they have to make sure that they're not brothers to get married. They had DNA tests before, you know. About the UFO, do you remember the sighting? There was a sighting. What kind of a ship was it? Was it a Bell? Was it a reptilian? Was it Anunnaki ship? What kind of sighting was it for the ship?
The UFO fleet above my hometown, you
Right.
mean? Yeah, it's like I said, it's not been a single UFO. It's been a fleet of UFOs. Yeah, there was a family from the United States was on lecture tour in Germany. Yeah, and they were traveling by train from the city of Schifferstadt to Frankfurt. And at the area of Mannheim, they looked out of the window, and maybe they, approximately 3,000 feet above the train, a fleet of UFOs appeared. Yeah, and they made a video, and they went with the video to NASA when they were back into to the United States. Yeah, and these guys from NASA, they told them what these crafts were, with what kind of propulsion systems they were flying. I'm sharing you this video that includes this report, and you can have a look at it if you wanna. Yeah, and so they already knew what these crafts were. Yeah, and with what propulsion systems they were flying, and they just appeared as a couple of lights in the sky. Yeah, some kind of roundish round lights. Yeah, you couldn't make out any shape, yeah, or any form. It's just been a few lights hovering above the train, so to say.
Yes, there are many here too that I see. I've seen Anunnaki ships, but you know, they're military. I've seen the TR-3Bs, the B-22s, the Manta Raya. There's many here. Like I said, we have a base in the Catalina Mountains here, also underground. Davis Mountain Air Force Base. I have seen many things. I show, you know, my family, hey, this is what it is. The projectiles as well. The other planet that is by the moon, there's another planet or moon beside it, which some say, oh, it's Nibiru, but it's very distinct. And I was going to ask you, have you been, a lady wants to know, she's messaging me here. Have you been abducted before? Do you have any memories of implanting? Memories of being perhaps in Mars or anywhere else? Because people on my show maybe have not seen the interviews that we spoke about, so you can say what you would like about that, please.
That's the question that she's asking me. I have no memories of any abductions.
Okay.
I don't know if I've got some implants. Yeah. I've obviously my DNA is a bit different from others. Yeah, and everyone knows what the mainstream scientists they're telling us about the so-called junk DNA. Yeah. That is not active anymore, or they don't know what this DNA is what the function is of this DNA. Yeah. And I guess maybe to some of us, some of this so-called junk DNA is more active and has a function, and probably to some it is not. Yeah, and you know we've got many stories from all kinds of different countries about giants in the past. Yeah, and it looks like that I've still got a large portion of this so-called giant DNA. Yeah, but I'm not the only one. There are around 7 foot or taller. There are many other guys on this planet. Yeah. But I guess they are not as much aware of what they really are as I am. They became good basketball players and making millions with sports and stuff. Yeah, maybe. but I don't know that they've been researching really what their DNA is about, like I did. Yeah? They just believe, I guess, oh, I'm just a bit taller than average, and that's it.
That's
but,
funny.
but it's not. But it's
You
not,
must have to eat a lot, right?
Oh no, yeah. When I was young and when I was terribly fast growing and I did a lot of sports, I ate 3 times as much as I do now.
I bet. Yeah.
I never my normal weight would be 103 kilos at my height, yeah. But I never been there. And I'm on 98 kilos now. That's still 5 kilos under my normal weight. And when I was a child or a teenager, because I was growing so fast, I couldn't gain weight because all the energy went into the growth and not in the width. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I could send you pictures when I was almost as tall as I am now, and I had 70 kilos, so that's almost 30 kilos lighter than I am now. Yeah, and I was just skin and bones.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I will totally put it on for the thumbnail so people could see. That must have been very interesting. So anything that you want to talk about that you've written lately, or I mean, I will post the things that you sent me on Telegram. I will do like different links so that people can see your interviews. But I'm grateful that you're on. That way, if more people see you here on this show, they can also interview you on their show and ask you more questions.
Yeah, I don't think that this is the last show that I'm doing. Yeah, this is now the 6th time that I'm speaking on a channel in the US. And I was also speaking in the UK, Australia, Norway, Canada. And so
What are the things that you want to talk about that you've discovered yourself? I know there's many, but things that you would talk about like on a conference, for example, can you say some things here?
Oh, when I'm going to speak in maybe on this conference in Colorado, I'm going to construct a script for the first time, I guess, because all the other interviews I did, I was talking more or less out of the blue. Yeah. I did 3 shows with Jessica RL Morocco. Yeah. After our first interview, she said, "Oh, I have to do a second show with you," and then we did another one. Yeah. So I did 3 shows with her. And and before the shows, I sent her a few videos or reports that we were talking about in the interview. Yeah. And in our second and the third interview, we had another guy on. He's been Carlos from Chile, another researcher. Yeah. And yeah, actually, I don't know what I should talk anymore, because all I said or wanted to say, I already said. Yeah.
Okay.
I was all this ridicule stopped in the year 2017. Yeah. Before I was hardly ridiculed, like we all were. Yeah. But after the US Navy came up with the videos and told that this is all fact, that we've got this unknown flying object in our atmosphere, yeah, and they've got no reason now to ridicule me anymore, because everything that I said turned out to be true. I knew that this day would come, yeah, but I did not expect this to happen so quick, yeah, so quick. But now it's boring. It's a bit boring not to be ridiculed anymore. It's
Yeah,
more fun. it was more funny to know something that you've been ridiculed for, that you knew that it is true. That is
Right.
true, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even like now with people from Peru, like saying, "Oh, we found this alien and that alien," and then they put memes of it's being a cake, and they cut the alien, and
Yeah,
it's
that I also shared. That's
yeah. There
I
is,
don't know.
yeah, sorry, there is an interview about a gray that was tortured by one of the agencies. They say that he was kept here for a long time and they don't know what happened to him. He was saying that he was captured, right? I know that there has been the cattle mutilations because they are growing these human hybrid along with AI in tubes in the region tanks, and they need specific blood from the cows, right, or animals for them to grow.
Yeah, because cows are genetically very close to us, even if it sounds funny. Yeah, cows, pigs. Yeah, they've got, I guess, 95, 96%. We are sharing on the same genetics than these animals do. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Max
and
Spears.
this is a lot. We even share the 60% of the same genetic with a frog. Yeah, and the frog doesn't look like a human at all. Yeah.
Yeah. If you see the Hulk, the Hulk genetics, there's one movie out there that they say, oh, we spliced the starfish to get the he was feeding the young boy the starfish with a reptilian DNA to have him come as a Hulk. And then of course we know that we also can stand radiation and are very strong when we need to be. Max Spears spoke about what pigs are. He said that they are a mixture of human with boar. And that's why many Jews and many other people won't eat pig, because it's human crossed with a boar. That's according to our brother Max Spears.
Yes. There's a woman from Italy. I don't know if you know her. And
You froze, Marcel.
I'm frozen.
Okay, there you go. I can see you now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Probably I shouldn't have. I should not have been bringing this up. Yeah, this woman, this this woman from Italy. I've forgotten her name, but I can send you the video to sighting and to what she has experienced. Yeah, and she was abducted, like I said, several times, and she has pictures of the UFO. Yeah, that abducted her, and she was impregnated. Yeah, through the abduction, and she had a miscarriage. Yeah, and she gave birth to something that totally looks like a reptilian. Yeah, I've got this all on tape, and I can show you the video to it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It kind of like reminds me of the movie Alien.
Mm.
And the different pods. There's a movie out there that is kind of borderline for their agenda, getting ready for the fake alien invasion. It's on Tubi or Tubi, 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 called Dominion, the Last Star Warrior. And they show a place like Mars, and they show how they open we'll say Stargate or portal. And when they open it, they find all these pods of human embryos. And then they say that this is like they wanted to do this so that they would guarantee humans in another planet. Also be more enhanced than the humans that were on Earth originally. There are many movies out there that show this of the pods. The other movie that I recommend is Deus, Deus. And then there's parts where they show these, we'll just say, people in the pods. And they have like this war between the devil and God or Jesus, but it's like a holding cell. So I always say, I know there's some people that don't like it when I say don't go into the light, because there's two lights. When you go into this light, you'll be reincarnated through the moon, Saturn, to Earth and other planets, even Venus. I know because I did die a flat line, code blue, and I went to the light and then I had to come back. There was these blue beings that I had to fight and cut with swords. And then that's when I saw my father and he says, no, you have to come back. So there is the fake light. In the movie Deus, what they do is they want you to accept this God to go into heaven, quote unquote. And then they take these people on a ship, and most of them are either deleted forever, or some are taken and into another MILAB to be made into whatever they want for their agenda or other planets. I know it sounds maybe crazy to the other people, but for our audience here, we pretty much, you know, see the difference.
We are not interested in what these other people think of us. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I've never been and I never will be.
Yeah. Are you also a remote viewer, Marcel?
Oh no.
Do you have visions?
No, not really. I guess I'm just more or less, I'm just an ordinary researcher, a bit different, different maybe than others, yeah, because of my DNA probably, yeah. And I don't know if one day if there are memories coming back from what they did with me when I was a child, maybe, yeah. There has to be something, otherwise I wouldn't do all this stuff. You know?
Right. It comes natural. Right.
For sure. I guess I'm a starseed also, yeah,
Yeah.
like many of us, yeah. And I also claim that I'm the disjoint Anunnaki hybrid.
Yeah, you tell me all the time. You know,
So
Veronica, I'm a giant.
if I'm a tall white hybrid, yeah, or an Anunnaki hybrid, or a giant reptilian hybrid, I don't know, but as I already said, I believe that we are somehow all hybrids, yeah.
Yes.
From various species, other species. Maybe we got these Pleiadians and the Nordics and
Orion.
what else not? Yeah, and they are all our brothers and sisters. They are all humanoid creatures. Yeah, they've got 2 arms, 2 legs, a torso, and a head, just like we do. Yeah, probably they are a bit taller. They have a little bit other form or smaller. Yeah, but at the end, they are all from the same humanoid race that we are. Yeah?
Right. Red, blue, yellow, you name it out there.
Yes,
Melanin dominant.
It's this humanoid form. We don't know about any other intelligent races that are spiders or or horses, or I don't know, you know what I mean.
Half human, half horse, the
all
centurion.
these
The
all
centurion.
these guys flying around with these UFOs and advanced technology. If it's not us, yeah, it's humanoids from anywhere else.
Right. But remember also, right? And I agree, is that there is a lot of policing done. We'll just say policing done. They don't just let anyone in from the dome. I always say we are, you know, there's a dome above us and below us. And they don't just let anybody in because they say we're in a prison planet. So, and then they say, oh, the, you know, Arcturians are coming to help us. And oh, they're
These ones for sure not. For sure
no.
not. These are the guys that are running the show, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
With the Orion, the Draconians, as we all know that the Draconians have always been at war, you know, trying to control Earth. But I also have the Draco blood, and it's been very, and wolf blood, it's been very tough because, and mermaid, because they're all at war in my mind and in my body. Some of the tracks are very bad. Some are, you know, they've come to the good side, we'll say. And of course, I always say, what is the good and what is the bad here? You know, we can argue both sides all day.
Yes, as there's yin and yang here on our planet, it's the same to other races as well. Yeah, they are not only good or not only bad, just like we are. Yeah, there's some good factions and some bad factions everywhere in every race, I guess. Yeah, it has to be because that's the that's the law of duality.
Right. And speaking of duality, Max Spears would always say that here, the reason why they want to maintain the good and the evil, the chess game, is because they are able to keep this illusion of the 3D here on Earth alive. So he would always say that it's that we have to walk the middle path. Do you agree with that? Do you see that as well? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What I loved about him is that he would say that, you know, he felt when Carrie Cassidy asked him and Michael Prince, aka James, what is his name? James I don't know why I forget.
What, James Rank or who?
No, Michael Prince, James Casbolt. You know, they always put them together to fight as well. And Carrie Cassidy asked James Casbolt, he said, what do you think about the human race, blah, blah, blah. And he said, it's a survival of the fittest and only the fittest will survive. And that's all I care for, something he said. And then Max, when he was asked, he said, I feel that everybody has a chance to survive and to, you know, not just the strong. So that that's what I liked about Max, is that he was very compassionate, and I feel also that we all deserve a chance. And that's why we have these little shows to, you know, try and get people thinking.
Yeah, at least we can still talk about this stuff without getting banned on YouTube. Yeah. Makes me wonder a little bit. Makes me wonder because yes. But this is that's a good thing, yeah.
Yeah.
They got no arguments against us in these cases, because they have no clue about what's going on, really, like we do.
Yes.
So.
Well, thank you, Marcel. Go ahead.
Okay. You go ahead.
No, you were gonna say something. You go.
Yeah, we are on 80 minutes now, I guess, for our first show. That's enough. Or anything else you want to ask or you want to talk about? I'm here.
Well, me too. I will go ahead and end it for now and put all the information that I can on the links on the YouTube. page and Rumble, obviously. And I would like to do another interview, more detail, you know, after I have to go through everything I have to go through. And I'm just in a lot of chronic pain. I have one more show to do this month, and then I don't know. We'll see.
You're taking a break. Okay.
Well, because I have to have this multiple surgeries to get rid of the CANCR that I spoke about. And it's major surgeries that I have to get rid of it. And I don't I don't want to have chemo or radiation. We'll see. We'll see. But I say, well, if I didn't have the thing, then why would I want to have the other, right? I believe that my junk DNA is going to help me heal. Even though I spoke a lot of people about this, they say, oh, well, that's what they all say when they first get diagnosed. But the thing of it is, like Dr. Lodi says, don't accept the diagnosis. Just, I'm going to go on a little mini vacation, even though I'm in chronic pain, because I was supposed to go to Vegas to speak, but then I had the surgery, another surgery. So I want to do another video, to make a long story short with you, but it's most likely going to be like when I'm in the clear. But I will keep the, you know, the friends here. I'll do little short videos. Of course, I'm still going to be doing my little books, you know, because I have to keep my mind busy. Yesterday I was with in Scottsdale Oncology for the knee. And there's other things that are going on, but we'll talk about this another time. And my question is to you. Well, thank you, first of all. Thank you, Marcel, for being here, and how they can the public can get a hold of you, and different platforms that you have, if you don't mind giving them your email, your information, and then we'll post also after the video is up, because usually I will put the video up on YouTube and then I do the thumbnail, and then later during the day I'll put the all the information. Thank you, Marcel.
Yes, I'm putting some information then below in the comments when you've uploaded this video. Yeah, about links about what I was talking. Yeah. So that the listeners can have a look. That I did not make this stuff up. I've got evidence for all that I'm sharing. Okay, so
Yes.
Thank you very much for inviting me to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a great
And good luck for everything.
Thank you. Hang in there too.
Okay, so
Gracias, Marcel.
bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.